All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Blind View here on Rumble. Here is your host, Miss Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening for another exciting episode of The Blind View. I am your host, Rebecca S. Meadows, and my co hosts have joined me. And we were telling jokes in the meeting room before we went live, and we wanted to share them with our viewers. So I'm going to share one, and then I think Paul's got one, and I've got another one. And if our other hosts have any, they can pipe up too. So my first joke is, how did the frog lose his car?
How?
It got towed. Paul has it.
Jokes that I have are not necessarily appropriate jokes, but the only one that I do have that is semi-appropriate is, do you know how you say ketchup in German?
How?
Heinz.
Heinz?
Oh god.
Anyway, good evening, everyone. Nice to have everyone here.
Are you guys ready for another joke? Because I do have one more.
Oh, sure.
What do you call 100 rabbits hopping backwards?
Tell us.
A receding hairline!
Do we have a drum roll in the sound effects producer? Oh, okay.
I love our producers. They're really great guys.
Too little, too late now.
No, what is the one I'm looking for? The hi-hat, the rim shot.
Oh, the rim shot?
Yeah, the rim shot. Anyway.
Are you like a co-producer? Well, how do you know what he's got in the repertoire? I don't know.
No, that's what I didn't know if we had one or not. That's what I was asking.
I don't
okay, so was that sufficient, Paul?
Sure, it was great.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, on a technical side, though, I will say, Becca, I really appreciate. Did you get a new microphone since the last time we did the podcast?
Yes, I am. Well, my headphones have not. I've been having a problem for a long time with my headphones. I'm sorry, the dogs are freaking out behind me. I've had a problem for a long time where my headphone jack has not been operating properly, and so I've been trying different things. And so today I'm using a new set of headphones, with a mic. What is it called? A bomb mic or
boom,
boom mic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say,
boom mic.
you sound great. So just in case you was wondering.
Hey, Beck, everybody noticed that today.
Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. You guys are easier for me to hear too.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, so does anybody else have any jokes?
I don't. I'm not.
Okay.
Today, I'm not a funny guy. Today, I'm in work mode today.
Were you going to say something, Brandon?
Yeah. Oh, you don't like that audio? Oh, just wait, folks. Just wait. You just wait until. Anyway, no, I think you were saying that you got everything resolved with that crazy, hectic, nonsensical situation where, like $10,000 was at stake. That you said that all got resolved. Oh, please tell us how. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that all got resolved. And so that's all taken care of. And so we've been moving into our new house. We don't have much in here right now. The first thing we moved into the house was the dog beds.
Yeah.
And we brought the dog beds here, and then we brought some food and water bowls for them, and then we brought the dogs up, and we've been sleeping here most nights on a Murphy bed. Do you guys know what a Murphy bed is?
I don't.
No, I don't.
I didn't know either until we bought this house, because one of the bedrooms has a Murphy bed in it, and it's a bed that I guess folds up against the wall, and I think it's on wheels so you can move it around easily. But when it's up against the wall, it's just like out of the way, but then you can fold it down, and there's a mattress on it. And it's like a queen size mattress, so oh my gosh, we got sheets for it, but it's really low to the ground. And like I'm 6 foot, my fiance is 6'4", and like I said, it's really low to the ground, and it's just killing our backs.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
we
Why
should
did you
be
get
able
it?
to have our bed here on Saturday. So
Why
it
did you
sure
get that bed? Just temporary?
well, yeah, so because it's already in the house. It's like it's in this one bedroom. It's called a
For the
Murphy bed. And so yeah, we're just sleeping on it because it's already here. We just had to put some queen sheets on it, and we have like, so my sister went to Walmart to grab us a couple of sleeping bags, right? And I told her, I was like, we need adult size sleeping bags, right? And we wanted the ones that would unzip all the way so we could lay one down as a bottom to lay on and then cover up with the other one was our idea, right? And we were just going to sleep on this Murphy bed. Well, the sleeping bags that she got us are for children, and they only unzip down part way, so like I can put my feet and most of my legs in them,
Oof.
and then like wrap the rest around my shoulders, right? But they're definitely not what we were intending. So we've just been sleeping on this Murphy bed for several days.
Yeah.
Did you return those bags since you don't? Since I don't.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'll probably just like because we've been sleeping in them and our feet are stinky and stuff. I think I will probably like get them washed and then donate them when we're all done, when we don't need them anymore, because yeah, they're terrible.
Well, I want to backtrack if you don't mind. Last time I think we was on the podcast, you was talking about, Becca, how the lady from the credit union or who was helping you close your house said you owed her something around $4,000, but the house had
And-
done been closed. Did you actually have to pay that amount of money?
Yeah, she was correct. I did owe it, so I did pay it.
Ooh.
But everything is done now. We closed and everything's good.
So
So
you
she-
did the miscalculation, or like how? Why did? Well, you seem to be very upset that time.
Yeah, what happened?
I got it all straightened out. It was a misunderstanding on my part on top of her misunderstanding where she shorted them. You know what I mean? So there were like 2 or 3 different misunderstandings on top of each other. But we
Okay.
got it all straightened out. So.
Was you able to get the money back that they owed you?
No, I don't think they actually owed it to me.
Okay.
After I looked at it closer. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I know it was a very stressful situation that you all was going
Right.
through, and so I wanted to kind of know what exactly was happening, and I guess it worked itself out. So that's good.
It's resolved to my sasatisfaction. So.
Good.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure the listeners would want to know that too.
Very,
So
very good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Especially, when, like you said, when you're dealing with high level people like that on such a major life decision.
yeah,
right.
no joke.
So guys, once we're totally moved in, I've already asked my fiance and he's agreed to do this. He's gonna give on one of our shows, he'll give like a tour of our house and the yard and the outbuildings and stuff like that. Like we have a greenhouse on the property.
Mhm.
We have
Wow.
I think one of my boyfriends say a 2,000 or 3,000 square foot garage. And we have an ADU on it.
So does that mean if I ever want to, like, I don't know, put my car collection in there, I could call you up and say, "Hey, can I borrow your garage?"
Well, we're gonna have a few cars in there ourselves. So.
Oh, okay.
The answer is no,
I had
Paul.
some money left from the loan
That
that
was
I
an
got for
Arizona
the
sound
house.
if I ever heard one.
I had some money left of the loan that I got for the house, so I went ahead and bought us a van last week.
Oh, okay.
So we have a van now, and we have my fiance's car, and then his pickup too. His pickup truck.
Oh,
So
all my feelings are hurt, but I'll get over
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so you guys co-own the house, or is just your house?
It's just my house. It's in my name, and I'm the one that's paying for it.
Yeah, and how many bedrooms does it have?
It's 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah,
And it's
it's
in one level because you mentioned that you don't like multi-level homes.
yes, it's all on one level. It's got a nice yard. And there was already one dog door in the place, and we put a second dog door in.
Let me
Um,
ask you this: how did you find it? I mean, did you use any of the sort of big name, because we hear a lot about like Redfin, I know, is a realtor that advertises a lot here in the area. How did you find the house?
well, what we do is like I searched for houses with my ex-husband, and I this in the purchase of this house, I've been searching for houses with my boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
And we all do it the same way. Like we go online and you punch in, like you go to one of these real estate websites and you punch in what you're looking for, like the house
Oh,
criteria that you're looking for, and it pulls up houses in your desired zip code fitting that criteria. You know what I mean? And you just like online, you can do virtual tours of the homes. You can like look at the neighborhood, learn stuff like there are all kinds of tools online to learn facts about the house, the neighborhood. Like if so my children are grown now, right? But when my kids were little and my ex-husband and I were looking for homes, we would take into consideration the schools in the area,
Sure.
right? And
mhm.
and I always took into consideration the access to public transportation. Like, are there bus stops in the near the house? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, and um, and the house I owned in Missoula for 20 years was a split level house. None of the homes I've owned here in Arizona are split level homes. They're all like they have one room in them that's a sunken bedroom, basically. And this house, I don't think this house has any sunken rooms in it. You know what I mean?
Are you happy with it?
Oh, I am. I love this house, and
Great.
the dogs are really happy, and my fiance is really happy, and my kids are gonna come up here sometime in the next week, I think, to look at it.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And what do you?
Yeah.
I don't remember what they mentioned about. What are you gonna do with that old house that you just moved out of?
I'm putting it up for sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It has
it's
to be empty.
Now, why for sale and not rent?
well, because I want to pay off the loan that I just took for this house.
Sure. Yeah, that
And
makes
so I
sense.
figure if I sell that house, I can pay off the loan that I took for this house, plus pay off the majority of my HELOC. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because I had to
Yeah.
I had to get an increase on my HELOC too in order to buy the house. So
I'm sorry. What is HELOC?
HELOCs, let's see, it stands for Home Equity Line of Credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forget y'all are in a house. Anya,
Yeah,
yeah.
Anya, you guys own a house, right?
Yeah. We are. Well, we don't flat out own it. We pay mortgage, but
Sure.
yeah.
So Anya, do you and Robert, well, maybe, let me tell you, I shouldn't say bank, I do business with a credit union. I,
Mhm.
I bank with a credit union. And I used to bank with Wells Fargo Bank for a long time. But let me tell you the differences between banks and credit unions. When you're with a credit union, you're a member of the credit union. And so when you need like a loan or a line of credit or something like that, and you go in and you ask them for a loan or a line of credit, instead of speaking to a banker who looks down on you and who's crunching all the numbers and stuff, and who's like judging you. Instead, when you go to the credit union, you're a member speaking to fellow members, and they want to help you do what you want to do with your money, right? And so they have all kinds of great tools at the credit unions to help their members get better loans and better rates and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, but we've
Yeah.
been we've had this loan through US Bank.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good interest rate. I think it's 4.3 or something like that. We just recently looked
Mhm.
at it, which is pretty low for today. Like right now, the
Mhm.
rates
For
are
today, yeah, I think that's pretty good.
yeah, it's very good.
Now let me
Especially
tell
for-
you. So I just took a loan for the purchase of this house, and I mentioned I took an advance on my HELOC on my other house. So the interest rate on the loan is far higher than the interest rate on my HELOC. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not sure about this, but I think in the financial world, HELOCs may have a better interest rate than loans. So if you have a home loan and you want a better rate, you might talk to your financial institution to see if you could get a HELOC that might have a better rate.
yeah, well,
You know what I
we'll,
mean?
we'll think about it. I mean, it's um we haven't been too far into this loan yet, so there's still options.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway, well, congratulations that you guys got a home. I know it's very exciting. I remember
Yes,
the first
ma'am.
time walking to the home that we own. I was so happy. So and then you make it your own. You put furniture where you think it belongs the best, and you think of
Mhm.
things how to organize, and just take possession of it and becoming the owner, full time owner.
Yeah.
Well, and like Becca was saying, the biggest benefit financially is that you now have the opportunity to build equity, which somebody like me, a renter, you don't build any equity ever.
Yeah, it was.
But
It's interesting.
in contrast, I'm also not bound by the same level of commitment either. So
Yeah,
Yeah, but I know we probably have talked about this, Brandon, but I don't. I mean, from my perspective, unless you're planning to move all over the country or the world, whatever, but if you steadily live in one place for many years, I don't understand why not to get a house instead of paying rent. You would be paying off that house and increasing equity, and then eventually own it.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
payments are going
Logically,
towards
that makes sense, but a
yeah.
lot of us can't do that. It just
Well,
we're
why?
not
When I
we're
ask
not
why,
eligible to do it because we're not eligible to do it.
yeah.
well,
You have
what
to be
Because
qualified.
so in order to buy a home, you have to have a down payment, and I think a down payment is it 10% of the
It
At
depends on the
least.
loan. Yeah, at
yeah, like you
least
have to have a down payment,
the
which
down
is a
payments.
percentage of the price of the home,
Yeah, and then
and
there's how
you
is
have
your
to have good
credit? You have
credit,
to have good
and
credit.
you have to be able to afford the payments,
Hmm.
and you have to have insurance on the home. You know what I mean? And not all people can have insurance on their homes. Home insurance is ridiculous, you guys. It's so expensive.
Oh, huh.
But
So yeah, I think a lot more people cannot do it than can. To Brandon's point, is all I'll say about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm unfortunately in very common company.
there are a
Yeah.
lot of programs to help first-time homeowners. There's like well, there's a program to help single mothers with their children. Like when I lived in Montana, gosh, I don't remember what the name of the outfit was. There was an outfit in Missoula that Houses for Humanity is what it was called. Houses for Humanity, where they would like. And I knew a woman from my church. She was a single mom of several kids. She got a house through Houses for Humanity, and the deal was they would pay for her house and build it, but her and her kids had to be part of it. So her and her kids literally helped build their house, swinging hammers and stuff like that. And
Gotcha.
I think it was probably a really great experience for her
I
and her
agree. I
children.
agree.
well,
And,
actually,
and
building a house is pretty fun too. Our friends, she's blind. She's part of the NFB, but her husband is in a wheelchair because he had a stroke. So, and they were very limited in the options, so they needed ADA accessible houses, and it's really hard to find. At least I don't know about you guys, but
oh,
in
it
this part
is.
of countries, it's really hard to find stuff like that. So they ended up having to build the house, and they build it the way that, like, there's hardly any doors. So, and or walls. And the idea is, well, they didn't single-handedly build it, they hired somebody, obviously. But the idea is like the guy can move around. There are sliding doors they can easily open and get in. But
Oh,
once the time to sell the houses, like they can just put in what do you call it? Internal? No, interior walls. Yeah, interior
Yeah,
walls.
yeah.
Yeah, to make more rooms. But it's pretty weird to walk into a house like that. It's so spacious. Like,
well, there are more and more disabled people that are becoming, gaining the ability to live a better. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages. Hi, it's me, your favorite author, Rebecca S. Meadows, here with another message. You can go up to Amazon and search Rebecca Meadows author to get your hands on each of my books. And each book is available in Kindle, digital download, Amazon print on demand, or on Audible. So enjoy, and please send me an email at beccameadows76@gmail.com and let me know what you thought of my book, okay? Oh, and please go up and write a review for me too. Thank you. Peace out.
yeah, right. So
As I was going to say, so the thing about building a specialty house like that, yes, on the one hand, it seems like it's a lot of an expense to build a special house for one man who is in that situation, right? But the thing is, there are actually a lot of people who cannot walk and or use their arms, right? And a lot of them are living better qualities of life every day, right? And getting out more and wanting to live in different parts of America. And so I just think it's great that there's more of these homes being built. So there's more available in different areas for people who need that kind of house to be able to live in.
right, and you can put your own accommodations, like not to the fullest extent, but a little here and there. Like we, for example, put some grab bars in a shower. I mean, and not just for anyone. Like not because we are old or young, whatever. I mean, I don't want to getting out of the shower and slide and land on my ass. I'd rather hold on to something, and it's really handy. It's
Back before the quarantine, my friend Teepee, he stayed with me after he got hit by the pickup, and I put grab bars in my shower. I got a shower chair for him, and I replaced my shower head with a shower head on a rope that stuck. It has a magnet to stick it to the thing, but I did all of that to make my bathroom accessible to TP when he couldn't stand up, right? And I just left it that way when he moved out, because I thought it's good because then other people can use it and I can use it then if I'm ailing, But honestly, that's the house I'm going to be selling. So
okay.
I gotta jump in here, guys, and because it's funny. There's a lot of intersectionality between a couple things we've talked about. Yet I gotta tell you guys, I just got back from vacation, and Becca, kind of what you were saying earlier about the Murphy bed. Yeah, the bed where we were staying. Like, I didn't mind it, but I can just about sleep anywhere. But my wife has lower back problems, and she was not a fan of it. And then talking about like right now, like sort of improvements or upgrades that you can make to a house, or even like adding accommodative technologies. Man, I'll tell you that house where we stayed at an Airbnb, and oh my Lord, there were these stairs, right? There was like the main level, and then there were it was 3 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms were on the bottom. And then it's like they took the attic and converted the attic into one big room. But man, the stairs going up there were so narrow. Like I went there 2 years. Oh man, they were steep. They were like, I thought, okay, I'm not thinking.
Were attic stairs. You're probably absolutely right that it was an attic they converted.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I am not drinking any alcohol while I'm here, man. I'll take a tumble down these stairs. And
I hate attics, and I don't know if it's just because I'm so tall, But I've always hated attics. What were you going to say, Anya?
I was gonna say, well, since we covered to great extent housing, and then Brendan talking about house, and kind of maybe you can tell us where you went on vacation, how it was, and like you can keep talking where you stayed at and stuff like that. So it would be kind of cool to hear.
Yeah, it was nice. So we went on a little vacation for kind of spring break for it was the kids' spring break and
Mhm.
vacation for us, and yeah, we went back and saw my dad's side of the family in Missouri actually, and
Oh,
it was
they
just
were
it was
next door
really
to us.
right. I was, and it's funny because my kids were both just amazed at the topography, right? They were like, wow, there's actual grass, like not astroturf, but like actual grass. And I was like, yeah, they're like, there's actual trees, like big, tall oak trees and elm trees, not just palm trees. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they noticed the accent differences too there a little bit. I'm sure, I'm sure y'all got to eat some real good food. Because I tell you what, them people in the Midwest sure do know how to cook. I'll tell you that much.
You
Yeah,
know, guys.
we never did go hungry. That's for sure.
So the grass thing. That's
Uh-huh.
one reason why I bought a house here in Payson, because there is green grass and green trees here. I'm telling you, it's so beautiful here, and it's so much cooler than it is in the Phoenix area.
How
Yeah.
far is it from Phoenix area?
Like, it's an hour and a half drive from our house in Mesa to here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it's up north, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
up northern Arizona, kind of.
yeah, and it's called Payson. So, like, if you have an Alexa, you can ask your Alexa how far it is from where you're at, and
Sure.
But
So,
you
Brandon,
you like it though.
oh yeah, we do like it a lot. I'm really excited to get us all moved in so that we can start building a life here, right? And start expanding out into the community and getting involved. There's a lot of like when we were up here looking for homes, we went out and had dinner or lunch at a couple different places. And like I really enjoyed when we were out in public before we found a house here in the area, like just the feeling of the locals, right? Like, because I was listening to them, when we'd be out eating and stuff, I'd listen to the other diners around us and to the
Uh-huh.
staff, and it was just really nice. Like, someone would walk into the diner and they'd be greeted by name by the wait staff. You know what I mean? And they'd be telling jokes and interacting with each other, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. The people here are friendly and they know each other and they're happy. You know what I mean?
I
well, one
kind
of
of
the things,
noticed that too on my vacation. Yeah, I sort of noticed that. Yeah.
yeah, one of the
Yeah.
things that you kind of see in them small towns, and cause I used to live in tiny town Missouri for a time, is what a lot of people will address people by name, of course, but then there's also a lot of local talk in the town, and I'm sure Brandon, you did kind of
Yeah.
get to see that.
Yeah. There's right, like talking about how a high school team is doing, or so and so's son or so and so's daughter, and yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a thing, because I remember when I went to visit a few months back. Actually, I went. How many times did I go there? I went to Missouri 3 times last year, and I remember going there one of them times, and there was some people talking, and they lived in one town, and they was talking to these other people that lived in another town. They were saying, "Oh well, we watch Higginsville basketball a lot. We watch the Higginsville high school players play basketball," and then they was talking about the team and the star players, and me not being from them, like. Okay, great. But that's
Yeah.
really valuable to them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
what else did you do on vacation, Brandon?
huh?
What else did you do on vacation?
Oh, I mean, we actually did stay pretty busy, actually, because we kind of went back and forth between like 3 little towns where I grew up, and then we did actually go about an hour north to Springfield. That's a little bigger city, and saw some people up there, and was able to get some ribs up there, some pretty good barbecue up there. and it was cool because my dad has teeth problems, and so we got a whole rack of ribs from up there, and they were just like fall off the bone tender. So that was cool to do that. And
Oh my goodness! If I would have known y'all was gonna go up there, I would have suggested to you to go to the acoustic shop. But maybe next time.
Is it in Springfield?
It's in Springfield, yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
They don't
Yeah,
they don't pay me to plug them. They sell mostly acoustic instruments.
I got you. Well, and Bradley would have loved it. He wasn't with us on that trip, but
So,
he would have loved
do
it.
you play any instruments, Paul?
Yes, I do. If you want to call it that, yeah, I do. You know, there was a threat when I first joined the
He
podcast.
does, you guys.
The reason I ask is because my fiance plays guitar.
Oh yeah,
And he's quite good, and he talks to me a lot about it. So.
Oh, does he play acoustic or electric?
I think it's acoustic that he plays.
Oh, okay. Do you know what kind he has? Well, I'm going to geek out for a moment. Sorry.
Actually, I think he has 3 guitars now that I think about it. And I better not even try to mention the names of any of them because I'll probably screw them up.
Okay. All right.
But like he's so funny. He has cases for them, and like he'll be like, "Okay, so this guitar and that guitar is in the car, or this guitar, that guitar is in the bedroom, or it's kind of like they're his babies, right? Like he's always telling me where they're at. I think.
Did he name them? Because some people do that. I don't.
I'll have to ask him.
Oh, okay. But did you guys? But did y'all have a good trip then, Brandon? Did you go to see any museums or anything like that?
I'm trying to no museums, but we did try to check out a lot of other things. Like there's a place in Joplin called the Grand Falls, and it's the largest continuously flowing waterfall in the state.
Wow.
And so my kids thought that was pretty cool. And then we didn't stop, but we drove by Kellogg Lake. That's kind of outside Carthage, and that was neat. And I also got to see, man, I forgot, it's like there's an expression back there. Oh, this is Missouri. If you don't like the weather, just wait half an hour and it'll be different. Man, I really got to experience, because like when we got there on Saturday night, but Sunday was nice. I mean, Monday was pretty nice, but Tuesday, Wednesday, it rained and stormed, some fierce, and then Thursday was pretty nice. It's like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, I remember last week we had some pretty good storms. Yeah, in this
I remember that. I remember that. I mean, it'd be like one day you'd be in the 70s, and next day it'd be like 32.
What the heck? That was jarring to me. I'm used to Arizona now.
Well, I tell you what, it's interesting, but to me, speaking of kind of weather, because here where I am, it's in the 80s right now, and looking at the weather, where my family is back home in Alaska, last time I checked the temperature, it was about 6 degrees, but felt like -8 because of the wind chill. So I was like, wow, wow.
So you grew up there. For you, it's nothing unusual, right?
Well, it is in the sense of it is, very close to April. And by now it's usually starting to kind of warm up. It's usually starting to kind of get into that time. We don't really have spring. We have winter and summer, and then the rest is like breakup time where the snow is breaking up. There's not really a spring. There is a bit of a fall, but the big seasons there are winter and summer. And so usually it's kind of warming up now. It usually does not stay this cold for this long. And there was a whole bunch of snow, I think a couple of weeks ago, about 10 inches of snow, my parents were telling me, and it usually is kind of not that way. So not sure what's going on up there. But I did tell my parents, listen, guys, it's in the 80s here. I know y'all are dealing with the 6-degree weather. And I said, please do pray for me, because I do need all the prayers I can get.
I think you should have been praying for them.
Well, they're used to it, like Anya said. Okay.
Yeah, they used to. We have pretty crazy weather.
I'll point out though, in Phoenix, and I'm sure you're happy to be in your new place all the more, because in Phoenix we're literally under an extreme heat advisory right now until Sunday.
Oh yes, I am thrilled. Hey, Anya wanted to say something, I think.
Sorry.
Oh no problem. I was just gonna say, like you were just talking about the weather in Missouri and how rainy it was and stormy, and I was gonna say, yeah, it jumps here pretty crazily as well. So yesterday, yesterday morning it was like 17 degrees outside. Yeah, it was pretty. In the evening, a little bit warmer, but I did wear my coat and hat and all that to go outside. And today, it was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
God,
you are so
what
close to
the
Missouri
heck?
because I know exactly where you are, and I bet you I was probably close to your neighborhood when I was over in Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, about a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Missouri is very close. Kansas City
yeah,
is.
and it was an hour and a half away from where I used to live, so I know exactly where you are. So I reckon the weather's pretty dang close. Missouri and Kansas has very similar weather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but remember, guys, not that long ago, Oklahoma had a pretty massive tornado. So it's not all funny, you know. Like Arizona, like you said, Anya, it's not even April yet. Arizona is on an extreme heat warning. Oklahoma had pretty bad tornadoes recently. Like I don't know, the weather's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. I think we're in record highs as well because it's not usually in the 80s in March, and it's interesting to me because I think Alaska. I don't know if they're at record lows, but I'd say darn near close. I reckon because it's usually warming up now. So
Yeah, but think if that super cold air from Alaska comes down and hits warmer air from down here in the lower 48. Boy, that could create some problems.
it could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah, well, but Brendan, I don't know if you wanted to talk more on your topic. Like we talked about your vacation, but you said something about balance between work and vacation. So does that mean that you found some kind of work already?
no. But what I'm saying is I came back from vacation feeling really, really recharged, like really good, really dedicated, really driven, like
100% battery charge.
close to 100% better. And and it to me it's the difference between like, yeah, I have some really important meetings coming up next week. I gotta really buckle down. Yeah, I got some really important meetings coming up next week, so I gotta really buckle down, but that is fine. That's how I came back. Like that latter one.
I would go visit my family up in Alaska, but with it being so cold, the way that it is, I think I'll pass for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys drove, right, Brendan? Or you?
No, we flew.
So how was the airport? Because I've been hearing that with GSA issues, like there are so many huge lines at the airports. Like people have to wait in GSA line for 4 hours.
You know what? I think it really depends on the airport because Phoenix Sky Harbor was actually fine. And like, for instance, I can confirm to you that what Christy Nome said last summer is accurate. I did not have to take off my boots. That was nice.
Oh yeah.
And so Phoenix Sky Harbor was nice. And then we flew into Fayetteville. And that's just a pretty small airport. So it was, zero issues there. So for us, it was fine. But yeah, into some of not that Sky Harbor is super small, but it's not like Atlanta or JFK or anything. So for us, it was fun. I think it depends what airport you're at.
Yeah, I just heard that southern airports like in New Orleans and Atlanta, Georgia, and Houston.
Has anybody here ever traveled internationally?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
I have not.
Anya.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anya for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you do it like on a regular, like once or twice a year, or like I don't know what that's like.
Well, I mean, God willing, if things are still okay, like we're planning to go next month, like I told you guys to Europe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that will be internationally traveling.
But that's a cruise though, right?
Yeah, but we have to get there, so we have to fly.
Is it a European cruise?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
cool.
I forgot that. Oh.
I love cruises. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you guys about a few weeks ago. that I was having issues with them because of the airfare, that they booked me pretty retarded flight
Did you-
itinerary. Yeah, and I still have
Did you
not
get it?
resolved it.
Oh, you
So
have it kind of straightened out. Oh, that's terrible.
yeah, I still have it.
Well, but hopefully it's good though.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. But I can't go on a break right now.
All right.
Hey, everybody, are you enjoying the show? Are you enjoying the books? Are you enjoying everything we're doing here at Blue Butterfly Enterprises? If so, go up to bluebutterflyenterprises.com and check out our store and buy some of our memorabilia. Wouldn't it be cool to have a Becca's World hat or t-shirt or coffee mug or bumper sticker for your car? I'm going to get one for my car when I get a car that I can drive.
All right, sounds like we're back. So who wants to go? Paul, do you want to go with your topic next?
I was actually going to kind of say that our topics were definitely, I think, linked together. But I was going to actually give you the opportunity to go first. If you'd
Dare
like.
you? How dare you?
Who
What
was?
was that? Was that our...
Because I'm Brandon Miller, that's how I dare. You want to
Okay.
make something of it? Yeah, that's
That
what I
was a
thought.
sound effect, I assume?
That's what I thought. You better keep your mouth shut. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, actually, we can go in tandem, Paul, because yeah, we can combine our topics because we they kind of overlap in a way.
I would agree.
Yeah, I can start. I was going to talk to you guys about friendships, and I was talking to a friend a while back, and we talked about blind people, like mostly making friends within the blind community. And I wanted to discuss what your thoughts on that are. Like, why is this happening? Because it is a fact. So every time you meet a blind person, they of course know another blind person. And yeah, obviously, like, you try to connect with people to share ideas, resources, but actual friendships, like, we still tend to stick to our own group. And there are few people who have true friends who are sighted. What do you guys have to say about that?
I'm very interested to see the pulse of this group about it because while we don't represent all blind people, I do find this very fascinating. And Anya, since you kind of brought it up, what is your kind of situation with that? Do you have mostly blind friends? Do you try to make friends with people who can see, or do you prefer making friends with people who are blind? I'm very curious to know, kind of since you brought it up, what your kind of status is on that is.
Sure. Well, I'll say at first I didn't really have much choice because I went to the blind school. And I still talk to folks from my school. I still have best friends from there.
Sure.
So, and I'm over 30 now, and you seem like you would find some other friends, but I stick with people who I know so well, and best friendships form when since the young age. But yeah, so I'd say that overall, I have more friends from the blind community for sure. And not like we didn't try. Like my husband and I did try to make some friends here in the area. We go to places, like we tried church, we tried some political events, like-minded people, to meet like-minded people. But yeah, and I don't know, like for me, friendship is something like deeper. It's not like, oh hi, how are you? Oh, how was your week? Good to
For
see
sure.
you. That is just a small talk. I'm talking about like texting somebody, saying like, hey, like, can you come over? I need some help, or like, let's go have some coffee. I honestly, right now, don't have friendships like that, and even when I lived in other areas, it was still easier to communicate with our folks. Like even if it's harder for them to get to me, like, or me to go to them because we have to take Uber or a bus or whatever, a sighted friend would jump in a car. But I just didn't have those close friends. I had acquaintances. I had people we did homework together. Just maybe a dinner once in a blue moon. But no, I never had such super deep connection. Well,
That's interesting. First of all, I'd like to say, and I know everyone will talk about this, but first of all, I'd like to say that I'm sorry that your experiences have not always been great. I would like to say that I feel like that's very unfortunate.
Well, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate. It's just the way it works out, and I don't feel like I'm missing out greatly. We just have different things that we like. You know, like
and I
I
wonder.
wouldn't go to a movie. Like I don't like movies, for example, and I'm sure blindness has played a role in this. There are blind folks who do like movies, but I don't like movies. I don't care for movies.
I hate movies too.
See, there you go.
Well, but I wonder though, how many people today
Oh,
deep friendship like you mentioned? I don't know that many of us do. I just feel like the world has speeded up, you know.
yeah, and it's harder to make friends when you're older. Like I mentioned, a lot of friendships you form in school or in college, um, or maybe at work to some extent. But since I personally work from home, I don't talk to anybody like that. So, the only window for you to make friends is to either go to church or some kind of event. But that's it. And what about you guys?
Well, I don't definitely try to make friends with only other blind people. I think that's in a sense dangerous. You know, because I still feel like we're in the minority. You know, there's a lot more sighted people than there are blind people, and the world is built for sighted people. So
I
remember that ties into that whole hierarchy of sight thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so I don't mind being friends with other blind people, but I certainly don't like make that an objective of mine.
Do
Though.
you
Yeah.
feel like do you feel like most of your friends though, Brandon, are blind or sighted or half and half or?
No, really, probably about half and half.
Okay.
before
ahead.
But is
I
that because of your wife, though, Brandon? Because your wife
Be-
is sighted, like. So,
Yeah, she's sighted, and but you know, kind of like what you're saying, Anya. I feel like I was closer to my friends in high school, you know, for a while, but then you know, we just kind of all like have our lives now, right? Like I've got kids, some of them went into the military.
What are the sighted
Yeah.
friends you have? And I don't know if Anya was asking this, but so I'll ask. But are the sighted friends you have, are they kind of more her friends, or are those kind of your friends as well, or how does that exactly work?
No, so Chris and I pretty much have maintained our own friends, and we know about each other's friends, but yeah, it's and I think that's just because we're from different parts of the country, right? So she's from New York, and I'm from the Midwest, so. I don't know. I just think you see that those cultural differences, and it's not like if we invited them all to a big party that they wouldn't get along, but they just don't know each other. They never really knew each other. So
So the ones that you do have that can see, those are your friends, and the ones that she has that can see, or cannot, are her friends.
yeah.
Okay. Becca, did you want to say something? I beg your pardon.
so before the quarantine, like most of my friends were blind, but since the quarantine, I just haven't gone to any blind functions to see any blind people. Like you guys are the only blind people I talk to anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, and I don't know
I
if
think
it's
that's
because
fine.
I
I think
have
that's
other
fine.
things I'm focused on now, like my business, and I'm focused on studying, and I'm focused on learning more about advocacy because I really want to be a better advocate. And
So-
Yeah, sure.
you know
so
what I
sure.
mean? So
yeah.
I'm and I've been like wanting to get out of Mesa for quite a while, and now that I have, I can stop focusing on that so much.
So are most of your friends now more sighted than blind?
The ones that I see every day, yeah, like the ones that I see every day and that I talk to on the phone every day, yeah, most of them are sighted.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. Another reason that is because I was started withdrawing from the National Federation of the Blind. And I've actually been trying to get involved with the American Council for the Blind. And I've actually talked about this on previous shows.
I've thought
And
about that too.
and I have been in contact with a woman here in Arizona who's a member of the ACB chapter here in Arizona. And in April, they're having their state convention, and I'm planning on going, and Gino and I are going to go. and we're gonna like take Don't Look Now to the ACB convention in April, and then in July we're gonna go to the ACB national convention and check that out, because we've been to several of the NFB's national conventions, but we've never been to an ACB convention. And like they apparently have different ideals than the NFB. And the NFB, like I said on previous shows, I am in support of a lot of the stuff that the NFB says, but they are also like really radical about a lot of things. And I think it's like, I don't agree with that. And so I just wanted to check out the ACB and see what their message is,
Well, maybe you'll make their friends too.
Yeah, and I'll make their blind friends there too. And I'm really excited about that. So
But what
Well,
about
something
football?
that disappoints me is that none of the presidents of either the ACB or the NFB are really doing much about, if there's going to be a new golden age of America, it's like I'd really like to see things done for blind people. For example, the whole no tax on Social Security, that only applies to old people. I'm sorry, but it does.
It should apply
it
to
doesn't
blind people who are on Social Security also.
Right. But I don't hear any of the leaders of either of the national blindness organizations saying a daggum thing about that.
Wait, does it?
Brandon, can I ask you a question, Brandon and Anya, both of you? So when I bought my first house, someone told me, oh, blind people don't have to pay any property taxes. But I have always paid property taxes. Do you guys pay property taxes?
I saw something on Facebook about it, but I thought it was some bunch of bullshit because I'd never heard it before. About property taxes.
I've never heard that.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why we wouldn't.
Information.
Yeah, it was crazy. I had more than one person tell me that though, and I thought, is there any truth to that?
I would say that is not correct information, because we have a person who owns his home who's blind, and we pay plenty of property tax.
And I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean,
yeah, I don't think we should be excluded from that. So
I mean, we're all fighting for equality. So if we work or whatever means we have to own a house, we should be paying tax.
I agree.
I mean, if you go deeper, I would say we shouldn't be paying property taxes. Period. Nobody should.
I think we should have to pay taxes for the city streets since we don't drive on them.
Yeah, but technically we do use them.
Yeah, like I was having an argument with somebody not too long ago. They were saying, well, why should grandma, 80-year-old grandma should be paying for, toll roads or something? Like, it's not fair. But I say, okay, but grandma goes to the grocery store and buys things that were delivered to her by trucks that drive in those roads.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to hear your it's for your friendship sake. What do you say? Because you started.
I don't have any friends, so we can just move on.
I don't buy that.
And I was the grumpy one.
No. I would say. I would say I'm waiting for the whatever one. I would say that it's probably a little bit of both for me. What I think is very interesting about this specific discussion, and I've had some conversations about this with friends of mine who have been visually impaired or blind, if you will. And what I think talking to other blind people is super interesting is that many of us blind people kind of miss out, maybe, if you will, on maybe some of the normal, say, high school and maybe even like elementary school experiences that other people would have. So, a lot of people, they go and they meet friends at the park or whatever with their mom and dad. And then they go, as time progresses, they go ride bikes with those friends, and they go to the movies on their bikes with their friends. And we don't get that opportunity. And I've talked to a lot of people who are blind who have kind of said, when I was in high school, I hung out on the computer a lot and played text adventures, or I read a lot. And I think that's one of the commonalities that I kind of see with friendships and visually impaired individuals. What I will say, when it comes to this topic, Anya, is that I certainly have friends of mine who it appears they prefer to be friends, generally speaking, with only blind people. It just appears that way. I'm not going to say that that's how they are, but I certainly have friends that I know who prefer to just be kind of in the blind community. I am
Oh.
admittedly the exact opposite. I value the friends that I have that are blind very, very much. But to Brandon's point, we live in a sighted world. And if I'm only hanging out with blind people, they're not going to maybe call me on my BS as say much as a sighted person would. If I'm doing something that's quote unquote weird, a sighted person, if they're my friend, they're going to tell me you're being weird, you're being unreasonable. And so I try to find things, that are interests of mine, whether it's racing, whether it's music, whether it's whatever the interest in me. I try to find people in those interests, and whether that person is blind or not, most of the time they're not. I find those people and kind of start a relationship with them, and starting a relationship takes time. Like with anything, you and Robert, Anya, in your case, your fiance, Becca, but it's just I don't know. I think that we really should try to be friends with both as much as possible. And I want to
I
say one
agree.
thing. I want to say kind of one thing that I found really interesting over the last.
stop talking?
What was that? Well, was that something Gino did?
Yes, it was.
Whatever.
Which I forgot I sent that to him. I'm so sorry. I'm regretting sending him anything right now. I really am.
Oh, you sent that to him?
Yes.
Whatever.
But one thing that I kind of, I don't know if I had an epiphany, if you will, but I was going. If you only seen the thoughts in my head, that music is totally appropriate. But
Whatever.
okay, thank you. That's going to be my favorite clip from now on, the whatever one. But I am in a church, and I'm in a church group. One evening, one of the people asked me, I didn't know very well at the time, but one of them asked me, "Hey, would you like if I brought you home? Would you like me to give you a ride home?" And sometimes I'm a little hesitant about that. Because like if I don't know you really well, like if I've only met you the first time, I'm probably going to say no. Like if I've never really met you, but because I kind of knew this individual a little bit, I kind of said, yeah, sure, why not? And what I kind of found with that is driving time, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, you should take that time and talk, because whether you're just talking about blindness or whether you're talking about their interests, when you're talking to someone, you're learning about them, the small things about them. And I think the small things about someone is what really makes the big things about someone, why they are the way that they are. And so, yeah, I'm still hesitant to get in a car with someone that I, only just met maybe that day, if it's not a Lyft or an Uber. I don't know if this, it just was a very interesting thing to me. It was kind of like, if someone's going to offer and I kind of know them, I should take him up on that, because that might be the start of a really, really special thing. And it very, very well can be. The friend of mine who passed away a few years ago or a few months ago, and yes, I will stop talking eventually. I'm not trying to run the clock out. She told me she knew I needed a ride into work when I used to live in Missouri. And I thought that's all it was ever going to be. And turned out that her and I became very, 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 very close just with that.
Very, very.
Oh, yes, very, very close. And so, it was just that simple thing. She said, "Can I help you?" And I took it. And boy, it was something real special.
Well, I'll just say I agree that you should take any opportunity for connection, because, and I'll just share this quickly. I've been texting with a lady from my church, and I said, hey, is there anybody that could maybe help get us to and from there? Because, my wife is going to be changing shifts shortly, and she's going to maybe be having surgery. And her answer was, well, if you live within 5 miles, then yeah, but if not, then no. I mean, she was nicer than that, but that was her basic I mean, you would think, right, that like a church.
Wait a second. Now, hang on a second. I know we have to leave. Was that like a faculty from the church, or was that like just some random lady?
No. It's yeah, no, it's a part of their faculty. I think she's like the guest relations or something like that.
That is
That's
rude.
ridiculous. That's terrible.
That's
Frank.
rude. I'm sorry.
That's what,
Dude,
and
the,
so
the church I met my ex-husband at, the church I was baptized in the Holy Spirit at, that church, they had a van.
Yep.
The assistant pastor would drive that van around on Sunday mornings and pick me and several other people up for church and take us to church every morning.
That's how it was.
well, and they would argue we will do that too if you live within 5 miles. So
that's how it was when I was in Missouri, and it was great because I haven't found a church like even the church I go to now. I love this church; it's been my favorite church since I've gone to church, which has been my whole life. But they don't have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, and so I'm just saying. I think any opportunity that you have for connection, if you even think you might want connection, I think we should take it, and that plays into much broader social dynamics. They say we're more connected than ever, but we're all more fucking lonely than ever too. So
yeah, not just blind though. Like
yeah,
the whole world is like that. And I just say, oh, sorry, Beck, go ahead and I'll finish.
I that's one thing I really hate about all of this technology is the way this younger generation. It's like they've made their social connections online and they hardly ever see each other in person. And after growing up the way we all did, it really concerns me about what's going to happen to our civilization when so many people never see each other in person, never talk, or never, you know what I mean? Like
I do.
And not just way people are communicating online, but so many of our businesses are getting all this technology in them that's AI. So you check yourself out, and you know what I mean. And as a blind person, it concerns me that I'm going to lose accessibility to all this stuff because of the new technology. But it also concerns me about what it's doing to our civilization.
Yeah, but it's not, I was talking to someone recently and I know we need to wrap up, but what I will end with is unless someone else has a point is I was calling up actually some friends. And one of them, it was just a talk. And the other one, it was, I had a question. And interestingly enough, they're both around my age, a little younger. And they both asked me, I guess I'd never called them. Well, I didn't call them very often, but they both asked me in a roundabout way. One called, one texted. One answered my call, one texted, and they both asked me what was wrong. And I said, oh, nothing. I was just calling to say hello. So I do think in some regard, yes, it is a younger generation thing where it's like we don't communicate on the phone. And I think that's true. But, the older generation is succumbing to it. I mean, they really are because, a lot of people that are older, they prefer to text these days as well. Instead of talking.
Well, are you in the younger generation you refer to or the older generation you refer to?
No, I would probably say I'm in the younger generation. I'm turning 30 this year.
Oh, that is definitely younger.
Yeah. But many people, and I'll take it as a compliment or an insult. I don't know, but many people when they hear me talk don't think that I'm 29, which is interesting.
Well, you sound a lot older. You're very intelligent.
Oh, well, thank you. My voice doesn't, though. I wish it did, but that's a topic for another day.
Well, and I think older people are into it because they're just trying to stay connected with their grandsons and their nieces and their nephews. And
I think that's true. So
and I just wanted to. Oh, I know we're out of time. I just wanted to say for the final thought that I agree with you guys that we should take an opportunity to make connection whenever we have a chance. So that's why I don't think we should be anybody should be going to extremes. Okay, I'm going to be friends only within the blind community, or the opposite. I'm too good. I'm not going to be friends with those blindies. I'm just going to go look for sighted friends because I'm better. I don't think that's a good idea. I think both worlds have to offer something. So
I agree. I do agree with that, and that's why, like I said, I value the ones that I have that are blind because hey, they know my struggles every day. They know how hard it is to do X. They know how hard it is to do Y. People that can see don't know those things. But like I said, a person that can see can go, Paul, you need to fix this maybe about your house, or maybe depending how close that person is with me, they can tell me those kinds of things, or they can go, yeah, I can bring you to the airport. I won't even charge you, and that's not
Yeah.
that's not saying
Or
that's
they
why you
can
be friends
say,
with them.
I'll
but
charge you double.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
thank you guys.
yeah, that was super interesting.
Thanks,
I guess
everybody.
we'll kind of do my topic next week. I'm
Yeah.
curious to know what people will say about that one, to be truthful.
There are 4 of us, and there are only 3 segments, so somebody gets left out each time. But I guess it's good. So,
Well, I enjoyed it though, guys. It was good to connect with you all and everything.
Yes.
So I've enjoyed being here.
yeah,
Well,
thank
thank
you
you,
guys.
everybody, for participating today, and thanks all our audience for watching.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Yeah, you can
Absolutely,
email us
guys.
at beccameadows76@gmail.com. Please be sure to like, share, and hit the subscribe button, everybody. Peace out.
All
Y'all.
right.
Bye
That's
now.
Good evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.